doesn't seem like a player. So what the fuck's going on? Yes. Hello, humans, and welcome back to a very, very special episode of Two in a Pod. I am one of your hosts, Emma.
And I am the cooler host, Mya.
It still hurts. And today we have... And today we have some very, very special guests, and I shall introduce them. We first have Miss Georgia Duncan!
Woo! 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 Round of applause.
And over on the camera over there, show yourself, Raph.
We have
Mr. Raphael Bradbury!
Yay!
Alright, humans. Well, Raph is going to be a permanent part of our little podcast here.
TwoInAPod squad.
Mya can't figure out the use of her camera.
It's because my camera's going through something, Emma. I've already told you this.
Yes.
Okay,
So
guys, I'm
all.
not totally
It's not
useless. Shibab. Who does everything here?
Let's talk about that! No, okay. Alright. Moving on from us. Georgia! Tell us a bit about yourself, starting with star sign, where you know Mya and I from, and a few bits and bobs about yourself.
Very nice. Well,
thank you.
My zodiac sign, I am a Libra.
Slay.
Yeah, which
Tell us
basically...
some Libra qualities.
Basically means that I can't make a single decision in my life. Yeah. So, I think that's like 90% of my personality.
I love that.
Yeah. I know Emma and Mya from uni.
Yes.
One of the best things that's come out of my uni experience.
Oh, stop it,
so
even though it's true.
Stop. No, keep going.
Go. Keep going.
And some things about me. I love anything crafty. Like, creativity is kind of just the flow. I feel like that. I love just doing, like, anything that makes me happy. I tend to, like, just follow the dopamine of just, like, this thing feels fun. Like,
see, that's what life should be about.
That is what life should be about.
Georgia's, like, really talented at a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I always look up to Georgia because she's always, like, got literally everything, like... Her dress style is so unique and cute, and her drawings and her singing and acting. It's
hundreds author.
Yeah, and like every time I walk past like a store, I'm like, that's what Georgia would wear.
Now, if you're joining us on YouTube, I am not being rude. I'm looking up questions. Continue.
You know, I remember because I didn't go to orientation at uni, and I was hella nervous and lost, and the only person that was there to help me was Georgia.
Aww.
And I remember that, and she was like, okay, so these are our groups, these are our classes, you can follow me, and I was like freaking the freak out, because I am a hella anxious kid, and I was like, oh my god, this is so scary, like, they've already know each other, and I don't know anyone, and Georgia was my little guardian angel.
Aww,
literally.
that's so sweet.
Literally, she like took me under like her little wing, and I was like the baby chicken.
Aww. Now, Georgia can draw incredible drawings,
yes.
can't you? But I have to say, my stick figures will top everybody's.
Oh.
Would you like to show that to the camera?
It's the most embarrassing.
No,
thing.
it is the
really
greatest.
Are a masterpiece. I got to see the drafts. It was a process, but it's beautiful.
Damn, exactly.
The beanie is still my
I'd get that tattooed on my body.
Please do, just for my sake.
Which one?
Get the beanie one. The
Can we
beanie.
all just have can we just all have matching tattoos?
Why,
Just
can
a
we
little
actually?
beanie.
That would be
I've got
so cool.
who's got panel 1? So guys, this is the storyboard.
Well, yeah, we all just like line up next to each
Yeah.
other. You just see the whole. Oh my god.
That's kind of.
Our lecturer had the absolute audacity to say that it was chaotic. My drawing's chaotic. Excuse you. Excuse you.
You know what my feedback was on that like storyboard thing? I had too many photos of Anna Taylor-Joy.
Oh.
And I was like, but she's gorgeous.
She's so hot. Oh my goodness. All right, let's move on, shall we? Indeed.
That was really scary.
What was scary?
You.
Me. I look in the mirror, I go, ah! No. Actually, no, in the play I'm doing, it's actually kind of funny because I'm meant to be in like this guy's meant to like me and I'm meant to like not like him back and I end up liking him.
That must be really hard to act out for you.
It's it's a lot. But the greatest thing of all time is he looks me dead in the eyes and says, "Do you want to dance?" And my character goes, "Ah!"
Wait, that is such an Emma thing.
from New South Wales?
Yes.
NSW. Sorry.
Thank you, Maya.
She's got it. She's got it.
Maya's very aware. Maya knows.
I know a lot of things. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
New South Wales.
Yes.
Which part of New South Wales are you from?
I'm from a small town in New South Wales. It's like very beachy town. I don't know whether I should actually say names or not, but it's like
I found that nobody's going to look up your location,
That's
and even
very
if they
true.
did,
But
you're in Melbourne.
that's so true. But yeah, I'm probably about like 2.5 hours south of Sydney. It's very close to like the ACT kind of border.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like very good for summer. Like always like surfing kind of stuff. It's very touristy now though. Like I
Ooh, I
noticed
love
I
that.
couldn't even like enjoy my own area when I went up for
Really?
holidays.
Oh.
Yeah, because just everybody from Sydney just comes down here now that like there's literally no space to like park it in. It's
Damn.
kind of nuts.
Wow.
But yeah.
That's...
I wouldn't even think like beach. Do you surf?
Yeah, like sometimes.
Whoa.
That's so cool. That's a new fact.
I'm not any
Damn.
good. I do.
Damn, that's like another. I never knew that.
So you say you don't think you're very good, but knowing you, you're probably like top 10 surfers.
Bro.
we turn on the TV and it's like the
What?
like the surfing competition and they're like Georgia Duncan. We're like, I know.
Do you guys remember that like little kid? Like
She's like Barbie in the Mermaid Town.
what?
She's ready.
Yeah.
She's steady. She's
Oh,
up on her
I was
feet.
gonna-
Damn,
Oh,
I'm right into it.
I just fact checked it. Georgia's in the top 2 surfers of Australia.
Wow!
Fact checking. No, but do you guys remember that like little like YouTube girl, Saber Norris? And she was
Yes.
like curly hair.
Don't
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
talk about her. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sure she's lovely, but I think there's something sus about that family.
I
watch
I-
all the drama videos on it.
I did
What?
not think that we would have talked about Norris nuts, but yeah, like that. Yeah.
I didn't
There's
even know
something
they
sus.
had a YouTube channel.
Bro,
I just
I'm
knew that she was
beef with a bunch
surfer.
of-
No.
like
They're in like a
12-year-olds.
family YouTube channel, and they
I
all
know their
sleep in the
siblings.
same room. All the siblings.
I know all the siblings have like
And
really
then,
weird
like,
names.
No, and then like they get
Like
really excited
Well-
over like a small piece of chocolate or something, and then apparently they favorite one of the kids, and then they named their kid Disco Ball or something.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say because like they've all got like nicknames and stuff. Like their actual names are like not half bad. They're like Coda and Saris and stuff.
Yeah.
They're
Really?
not bad, but like they just got like old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not think we'd be talking about. We're gonna
And then
start beef.
the
like,
dad
this-
just happens to kill the puppy
Bro.
by stepping on
I
it.
was like straight up like kicked.
Hold up, they have a YouTube. Did you know
Yes!
I didn't know
My
you guys
sister
put it-
watches them.
They straight up had like a dog for like a week, and
Yeah.
I'm convinced that the dad like stepped on it
Yeah,
and then it fell down
exactly.
a flight of stairs.
Exactly.
Something
Like, and then
that.
and it's just like it's weird. Like I don't know,
That's
they're,
so
they're a
fucking
weird
awful.
family. I watch all these tea videos, and I don't know.
Mm.
There's like some sus things about
Mm.
them, but like
Saber Norris.
I think
I'm just googling.
But
the-
she is like actually an amazing.
no,
like,
she's
she was in
great.
like the X Games for like skateboarding. But
Yeah.
she had to stop because she had a condition. But
Yeah, but no,
It's-
she's good at a lot of things.
Yeah, but what
she's,
are
like,
their
insane.
actual names?
And
I'm
she
not-
like was a
Um,
host on for Alan and things like that. Like she did an Alan like hosting
yeah,
thing.
She's been. On
She's actually I love the kids. I think the kids are really good.
Anyway, back to Georgia.
I can talk about this all day.
Can you tell we like to stay on track here?
I love the chaos. It's great.
Thank you. Welcome
That's how
to
my
the
brain
program.
works, anyways. It's just
Welcome.
Just like the stick figures.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shut up. All right. Yes. So you moved down to Melbourne. When and why?
I moved.
See, I like to stay on track here, Maya. Don't you dare spit up that water. I will actually.
I'm sorry,
throw you
I
out.
put too much water in my mouth. I'm sorry.
I moved down from New South Wales early February last year. It's just cool. And I moved for the purpose of studying acting
Wow.
at uni, which was a terrifying thing to be like, oh, because I was like looking at the Sydney campuses because that would make more sense.
Yeah.
It's interstate.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
same state, but then I was like, oh well, Melbourne's gonna be it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I moved down, living by myself, in a little apartment in Carlton, and that apartment is had a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But yeah, so it was big move, big city. Like, I've never lived in a city before, so it was also like, slightly terrifying. Being like, oh, I have to like figure out how public transport works and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I definitely think the move was worth it. Like, looking at everything that's happened, like 2022 was a huge year.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people, like especially people that we went to uni with, can definitely agree on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so moved down, studying, picking up work and whatnot, and all those fun things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, would you say that like you were a very like independent child back at home, or like were you very much like I don't know, like the opposite?
I was pretty like. I guess I could say I was pretty independent. Like, I just like, did my own thing. Like, I mean, I was working and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, my family's very supportive.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like I was just on my own. And
Yeah.
stuff. I used to
The
like,
real Eponine.
but no, like I used to do like a lot of the running around and stuff. Like, well, like because I had my car, obviously, like just running. Like my sister and I to places when I could drive and all that. Like just sort of doing my own thing. But yeah, like.
So do you think that definitely helped with like the move as such? Like.
It definitely did, like, because I was happy doing things on my own.
Yeah.
It was still scary though, because
I
obviously
imagine.
you're so used to having people around you that kind of just. Like, you know, like when you live with your family, like you kind of just have things done for you as well, like the cooking and the cleaning and stuff. But yeah, it definitely does teach you a lot of things. Like, it's a huge lifestyle shift.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, well, I need to like figure out when I go shopping and like what I have to like decide what I have to eat every night.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. So definitely like those lifestyle changes make you more independent.
Yeah.
And especially because like your family can't help you. Like I'm lost in this city. I don't know where to go because like my family's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like 10 hours away. What are they gonna do? So it's those little things. But yeah, I think like it's definitely helped me grow a lot more independence and having to make choices. Like definitely made some not great choices and stuff. But I suppose that's all part of the
learning experience, life lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough that I've had a very supportive family throughout all of this as well.
That's so good,
that's definitely, I think a lot of people don't get that all the time, so I've been lucky enough with that.
So how would you describe like your first week?
What was that like alone for the first time?
Yeah, well, first night I had my stepdad and my mum with me because they drove down. Like, we basically like packed this car full of like everything I owned. Like, I was literally squished like fetal position in the back.
Oh my god, that like foreshadows like the future of when you did like Primal Moans. Foreshadowing.
Context. Do you want to provide context of what
a
a
primal moan is an
I'll do a
acting.
demonstration.
Don't you fucking dare.
It's an acting exercise where like
part of the Eric Morris
technique, and you like lie in fetal position and you just kind of like moan and kind of get like
not in a sexual way, like just
in like a kind of like a painful kind of like yeah.
Anyway, back to you.
I love that connection I made. Sorry.
But yes, so squished in the car, 10-hour drive. We left like very early in the morning, sort of thing. Like probably, I think probably about 6 o'clock.
Ew.
I just did like I know, super early, right? But yeah, so very early morning start, very long day of travel. We finally got to Melbourne. I remember seeing, because I've never been to Melbourne before I lived as well. So it was just like, I literally have no idea where I am.
Oh my god.
Why is it spicy?
I love your little input.
Yeah, she's gonna make a great addition to your podcast.
Yeah, we're not gonna introduce you today. We'll introduce you in your own episode. For now, you're just like a mysterious white boy in the background. So
like driving into Melbourne, I literally was like, oh no, this is a bad idea, I was like literally almost crying. I was just like, turn the car around, I want to go back home. But we got the keys, I got into my apartment, dingy little apartment, like there was like little bits of carpet like ripped up, and like there was, the smoke alarm was like barely attached to the ceiling, like just all those
little love
student housing things. But it was gonna, be what it was, and obviously when you decorate and stuff, it changes.
It is
what
it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, so first night, my parents were staying in a hotel, and I didn't have any bedding or anything because we couldn't fit like
Yeah.
dinners and whatever. So I literally had like this tiny little blanket and like no pillow. And I was just like laying on my bed, and I was just like little cold
Aw.
apartment. It was quite sad, and I think I cried probably. I was just like, oh wow, this is like, you know, like the mouse moments when you're just like eating by yourself. It
Yes.
felt like one of those. I was
Yeah.
just like, where's my soundtrack of just like violin music right
Yeah.
now? But yeah, so that was my first night. But first week, I was lucky enough that I had my parents down for like maybe like the first day or
Yeah.
two. But once they left, I was like, oh, I have to figure out how to use public transport now. Like trams and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I was just like looking at my phone every 2 seconds, just like trying not to get lost.
Yeah.
But it was kind of nice because it meant that I could go and explore new places as well.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I mean, we'd already had like a talk from uni and stuff, so we were all like not really in contact, but we kind of knew what was coming because it wasn't
Yeah.
so far off when we started.
Yeah.
Oh, so you moved pretty like close to starting date then?
Yeah. So I was maybe like.
Hello.
I think it died.
No.
No.
I'm not gonna.
Wait, so that.
Maybe it's us. Maybe we're just
Exactly.
cursed.
Can I
Yeah.
use someone's phone?
Don't attack me.
You need my phone.
Yeah, I don't have real
Oh, actually,
storage
I might
because
have
I have too many selfies.
I'd
on
say
my
yes, but I've currently got a fuck ton of questions up on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know if I have enough storage.
phone. I can get the questions.
Oh, good point.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
I reckon we just continue because this is
Technical.
funny. Alright.
Technical difficulties.
And now I can do like cool pans and shit.
You just have to have like a little visual thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. I'd be like, yes, sorry.
Is that one of those cameras?
Sorry again.
For
This is
context,
We let
for
you down.
people, yeah, for context, Raf's camera just died, which has happened for many different cameras.
Yeah, and
Like
so
several brings spare
Maybe
batteries.
it's this room. Maybe it's just this house. Maybe it's us.
maybe it's haunted. Maybe we're the problem.
Maybe we are
Maybe
the problem.
you're the problem.
It's me. Hi.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Anyway, back to
What
you.
was that?
Robert's like, what is this? What is this cult going on?
Wow.
It's Taylor Swift.
Clearly not a.
Are
you not a
fan.
Swiftie?
Are
fan?
you not a... You're not...
Bro, the way that you're looking at the camera right now is like you're breaking the fourth wall, man.
Listen to Midnights. Anyway.
What was I up to? Oh yeah, so yeah, like a couple days before we started uni. So like the move got a lot easier when I was like meeting people and stuff.
Yeah.
Like just actually finding those connections was a huge part
Yeah.
of it as well. And also like work and whatnot was
Yeah.
yeah. I've had a couple jobs over the last couple like after
Mm.
over the last year. I can speak English.
I remember the first day I met you. It was... Maybe it was orientation? I can't remember. But you were wearing a Fleetwood Mac shirt.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
turned around and I said, Fleetwood Mac! And I think you looked at me and were like, yeah, it's a pretty cool band. I'm like, it's the best band.
That shirt got me so many that was like an elite move on my part without even knowing. But I was just like, I
And
was
you left
so
it
many-
here. I was like, how could you do that with
I know, yeah, that was a rough night when I left that here. I kind of threw up all over that shirt.
That was a great moment in time.
I honestly, you should have kept that shirt.
I wish I had it, but it was inside of me. I'm like, no, this is Georgia. This is Georgia in a nutshell. This shirt is just Georgia. And the thing was, context, Georgia has a Fleetwood Mac shirt that is awesome.
Bro, don't look at the camera like that. No, okay, you can do whatever you want. This is your
Yeah, it's my podcast. Anyway.
Our podcast.
Sure.
Welcome to my
Come
crib.
with us.
This is TwoInAPod. Welcome to the crib.
Welcome
Sorry,
to-
I'm gonna let you continue with the podcast.
People are going to be like, what drugs did they take
Oh,
beforehand?
the best kind.
All the best kind. Nothing. We're just actors. Anyway. I wore the shirt into uni because I was like, I'll wear
Wait,
it
you
in.
wore George's shirt.
Yeah, into
Whoa.
uni because I wanted I wanted to be funny. I think I'm funny. Anyway, I wore it in, and the point was to walk in with just George's shirt and people to notice, but everyone was in class, and I arrived way too early, and I had to change because we had to be like doing something. It was we did an assessment for like Charlie's thing, I think it was. And I was like, I'm so sad nobody's seen this. And I took it off and I put it in my bag. I was like,
girl. That's so tragic.
anyway, week 1,
Yes.
overall rating.
I think probably Probably like a solid 7 out of 10.
Oh, a 7.
that's
Like
pretty good.
yeah, it was more like absolutely completely lost out of 10, but like excited for
Yeah.
the future.
Excited
Yeah,
for the
I
future.
I love that.
So you've been down in Melbourne a year in Feb.
Yes.
A year
my
in
gosh,
Feb.
that's
Wow.
So
Oh my
how
God.
can you reflect on your past, like, couple of months to, like, now?
good. Like changes or
Yeah, like, how do you feel, like, have you adjusted? Have you felt,
Yeah.
like, more? Have you moved? have
Melbourne,
you
yeah.
created
all the fun life.
All
things.
words?
Yeah.
Words.
Melbourne definitely feels like home.
So you suck at Sydney.
Aw. Yes, Sydney.
Yeah, even though she didn't come from
Freaking
Sydney.
There's
Sydney.
just some serious beef between those two cities, but I kind of get it.
Yeah, because
Um,
Sydney sucks.
And-
Fight me.
Um, but
Like
yeah.
my shorts.
I have like a poll of just like what city is better, Sydney or Melbourne.
When
I
we
think-
get enough followers.
And then you just like
Us and our 63 followers. Hell yeah.
Yes.
You know, if
Just
you
solid
put
63.
63 people in this room, that's a lot of people.
There's a lot of
That's what I
people.
always think about.
That is
That's true.
That's
Exactly,
true.
thank
Can
you.
you imagine?
I know I'm wise. I know. It's the little things
I look
in
at life from both sides now.
Am I
I-
following you guys?
You better
You
be.
better be.
Are you?
I don't know. I'll check later. Anyway,
Let's
continue.
find out, shall we?
Expose the cameraman.
He's unpaid. He's just here volunteering and we expose him.
I've been embezzling $0.
Oh, sorry, that's Oh my god.
Alright,
I
alright.
love it.
This is a mess. Alright. Continuing.
Yes.
So, Melbourne feels like home. You're feeling good. What is like top 5 memories from this year?
Ooh.
From like moving down to like meeting people to like experiences.
Oh, that's actually really tough because I feel like a lot of things have happened.
I know.
Well, I mean, one huge memory. I don't know if it was like a good one, but was my apartment flooding. That's just the main one that I think about.
I love that.
That's such a.
It's such a bad way to put it.
But it was good because
Oh, well, a lot of good
Yeah.
things came out of it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, like I stayed with Emma for a week, and that
in
was,
this exact room,
oh,
that
literally,
looks so different.
This podcast room was my bedroom once.
Yes, it was.
Um,
We
yeah.
wore hoodies in here and watched a shitty TV show.
True.
We're drinking hot chocolate.
True. Oh, that's so. Love that hot chocolate. It's my
That hot
favorite.
chocolate is
It's
lit.
really good.
Yeah.
Fraus House. Buy it.
Yes.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, please.
I was like, hashtag sponsor us. Sorry.
What was that?
It's a hashtag.
Wait,
Is it?
can
Is
we
it
get a
hashtag
close
like
up?
that?
Hashtag.
Is this not a
You do
hashtag?
it like that?
Yeah, but
hashtag.
I feel
Hashtag.
like my fingers are so spread apart.
Can you stop making fun of my fucking fingers?
When have I ever made fun of your fingers?
Emma! I'm insecure about my fingers.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's a new discovery.
I'm kidding. Actually, sometimes. I used to be like, me and my dad used to have Homer Simpson fingers.
Have you seen
So
my
that's
thumbs,
like-
though?
What?
Have you seen my thumbs? I'm not going to show them on camera.
I have seen your thumbs. I think we've had a discussion about fingers before.
Shows them on camera.
I don't want to show them.
I don't want to show them.
Wait,
Look at me.
Literally, my
myself.
sister burnt her thumbs yesterday. But the thing is, she was really like sad about it because she's like, I burnt my thumbs, but she like gave me a thumbs up when she was telling me, and so I was just pissing myself laughing. She's like, I burnt my thumbs, and I was like,
I've got a scar right there, which people can't
let's
see.
see. No one
you
fucking
see?
cares.
Zoom in, zoom in.
See the scar?
The angle's kind of awkward, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to stop. Alright, let's continue the podcast.
Let's go back on track.
Please. Yes.
Yes.
So that was memory number 1.
Number one.
Flooding and discovering new experiences
Yes.
too.
Oh, number 2, definitely doing Ideal Husband.
Yes.
I just want
I
to
love
say,
that
sorry, I just interrupted, but I just want to say, Emma and Georgia fucking nailed their
Aw.
roles. I cried because I was so
Aw.
proud of them. It was literally the best. They are
We
so
also
talented.
played the same
and-
character.
Yeah, we literally
Yeah.
played the
But
same
like you
character.
did it so differently, and it was fucking. I loved watching it. It was so good.
Aw,
Anyways,
thank you.
continue. Share your experience.
And Maya was also amazing.
Maya was.
Oh, God,
Like
thanks,
literally
guys. Stop it.
nailed it.
Yes.
Well,
Carried.
So that was 2. 3.
Number 3. What else happened? I I don't know, like, probably starting Morris work.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
love
because
that.
that was insane. Like, I mean, I definitely still use a lot of it now.
Yeah.
But that was just, like, such a weird thing to walk into in uni.
It was a fun
it was
little
like
time,
the
wasn't it?
first it was like what we first did, and then, like,
Yeah.
we barely knew anyone, and, like, it was crazy to, like, be that vulnerable and open with people, and, like, yeah, it was.
I can't be bothered explaining Eric Morris, so if you're interested, just look it up.
Yeah.
Just Google for a reason.
Yeah.
We're not here to do your research for you. We're not your mums. All right, moving on. 4.
Number 4. I wish I. It's like I could talk about so many things. It's just hard when you're like
Yeah.
on the spot. Just I don't know. Probably just like going out to clubs. Just
Yeah.
any memory for like rubber chicken nights.
Oh,
Yes.
those
Those
are
are,
like rubber
That either went
chicken.
so well or so horribly
Oh my
wrong.
god! Sometimes they yeah, like I felt like for the there was like a streak where every time it ended like badly, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't come here anymore.
Yeah.
The chicken sponsors.
Yeah, hashtag rubber
Yes.
chicken. They're like,
Oh,
Hashtag
you've got it a
trust.
good one.
They're
All
like
right.
amazing. They don't
I just thought of a good one.
No, I just reckon like this. I don't know if this would make sense to some people, but the karaoke night that still stands as a top tier night.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
No, I was
you
working.
missed out.
I was working, I know.
Oh no!
It
It was a
really
very
good.
it was a very, very sad moment.
So much happened.
But please
It was
describe.
that. And did you go to Fortress? Was that a different night?
Oh my god.
Did you go to that?
Oh my god. That was like a shoom! That just took me back.
Yeah, those were like 2 of the biggest nights. But karaoke night,
That was when we like kind of still were getting to know each other.
yeah, that was try one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because
like week
the
2 try
because
one.
the other group was there and I still didn't know a lot of them. And I think my first ever interaction with good old Josh, shout out Josh, it was
I
like
don't think he listens.
I don't care. He was like I had lollipop earrings on and he goes, "Are those real?" And I was like, "No." And I think that was the first time I ever took it.
I love that. But we actually successfully covered the memories, which should have taken 5 minutes, but it took 10. We won't talk
well.
about it.
It was
All right,
fun.
we have some fan questions,
yay.
kind of thing.
Oh.
All right, what did you pack when you moved down here? What was it like the packing process?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially like what did you choose to take with you? Like
And what did you
you
choose
had
to
to
leave
like we're like,
behind?
oh okay, that was so dramatic. But yeah, because like I'm one of those people where it's like, oh, but like I might need this for something. Like what happens if I need this specific, coloring book, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Like how did you know what to take?
Well, I mean, I tried to pack as much as I could because
Yeah.
I just like, well, maybe I'll need it.
Yeah.
But because I was moving into an apartment, like a studio apartment, I was pretty much like, well, I'm gonna need like essentials, like kitchen stuff, like
Yeah.
getting all those kind of fundamentals. So when I was packing, I like sorted them all out. I made like checklists of
I
like
love that.
make sure that I've got this. So it was like a bunch of containers, like those massive plastic containers,
Yeah.
just like all shoved into a ute.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like picking stuff, I don't know if I necessarily took anything super sentimental.
Yeah.
Probably like more my art stuff. Like I brought all of my HSC notes and
Yeah.
like just all my old school stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm also like a really big progress person. I
Yeah.
like to see like the differences of that, like all that sort of things.
Yeah.
All those things. But yeah, like in terms of packing, it was really just like making sure that I had all my essentials or stuff that I couldn't buy when I was down in Melbourne. So like, all my
Yeah.
clothes and like all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. But
because broke student life.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was pretty much packing was just organizing
Yeah.
all of my stuff that I had because I also live in two houses because my parents are divorced, so I had to like go between the 2 houses and just figure out what I needed to take from both.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any like stores or like cafes or things like that back at home that you like wish were like near like your like house now?
Yeah, there's one place and it's like a little tea shop. It's the cutest.
Is that where you got all your cups from?
No, they were my mum's. They
Oh,
were like
really?
Yeah, they're like really
Wow.
fancy. Yeah, because she had them in like a display, but she said for me to take them because she's like you'll probably get more use out of them. and stuff. But yeah,
They're
like
literally so pretty.
it's funnily enough, like talking about packing, I'm packing up all my stuff now because I'm moving apartments as
Yeah.
well. So it's just like, oh yeah, like I literally spent all of last night doing that as well.
Oh my
'cause,
god.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love that.
So like literally just doing exactly
Yeah.
what I did last February, doing it right now. But yeah, like there's a little tea shop in like this really like. It's more like the fancier side of where I live.
Yeah.
Like, it was where there's, like, it's over $1 million, like,
Yeah,
$5
yeah.
million to buy a house there. Because it's, like, one of those, like, old-fashioned towns, like, all the old
Yeah, yeah.
buildings, whatnot. But, yeah, it was, like, just, like, a little happy place, because they did, like, little teas and stuff. It was, like, covered in flowers, and they did, like,
I
little
love
tea cakes.
that.
I have, like, a lot of good childhood memories there as well, because, like, my mum always used to take me and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aww.
I even like ordered teas from there, like down here, because when I
Really?
found out that they're shipped down here, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm buying in bulk.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
so-
I love that.
Definitely a good little place. I don't know if I should name it, but yeah.
Name it.
Yeah, it's called the Berry Tea Shop. So if you're ever in
Bradbury? Sorry.
okay.
Thank you, Raf.
If you ever visit New South Wales and you're not in Sydney or something, or you're looking for a cute little place, that is an amazing place to go.
Aww.
Yeah.
I actually love that.
I love that. Do you have any advice for people who are like planning? Because, you know, the new uni year is starting, so there's going to be a bunch of people doing
Yes.
exactly what you did. And
Yeah.
they might even be moving like overseas, interstate, just
Yeah.
out of home. Do you have any advice
Yeah.
for like people in terms of that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about internationally because obviously that's a very big difference. But I think good things are make sure that you have funds behind you.
Yeah.
And like I've learned this the hard way as well is be responsible with your money and your funds and stuff. As much as it's fun to like go have fun all the time,
Yeah.
it can put you in a rut if you do have to like change houses or like pay rent and stuff. So it's very important to know how much you have, how much support you'll have as well. Which is also important. Like, also, if you are moving from, like, regional areas, please check out, like, if you can apply for, like, Centrelink payments and stuff. They're also really good for people moving from regional areas for, like, tertiary courses. They'll help you out a lot because they have, like, bigger payments that'll help start you up.
Yeah.
I wish I had applied for more when I started, because it also helps out, like, my parents and stuff financially as
Yeah.
well. Make sure you start organising living as early as you can. I know that some unis are, like, very last minute with, like, whether you get in or not, that sort of thing. So if you are planning to move, start looking at places now, especially if you're moving to places like Melbourne or Sydney,
Yeah.
because prices are going up.
Yeah, it's
Like,
insane.
Yeah.
it is actually insane, and, like, a lot of places are very hard to find now, like, for living, like, if you're having a share house, if you're just moving in by yourself, like, be on top of that, like, know where you're going to move. Like, it took me over a month to find a certain place, like, when I was moving out, so have that in the back of your mind. Also enjoy where you are at the time. Like, spend time with family, that sort of, like, I know that's, like, a side thing, but enjoy where you are at the time because, you know, maybe you won't be able to visit for whenever, so at least you can make some good memories and spend some time with your family as well, and that way you're like, you know, all that sort of thing. Yeah, just try and, like, also take the time to explore your new, like, where you're living and stuff. All that sort of, like, just really find, like, little places that make it feel like home.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard when you feel homesick. Or, like, if you're missing places that, like, you can't find. Like, yeah, just really take the time to just enjoy where you are and find the, like, little things that'll make you comfortable and make you happy in a new place. Also, just, like, find things that'll excite you. Like, if you're nervous about uni or something, like, remind yourself, like, if you're regretting, like, if you feel like you're regretting moving or something, like, remind yourself of the reason that you moved in the first place. I think that's a huge part of it, and being like, I made this decision for myself. Like, be proud of yourself for making that, because it's a big step.
It is,
like, it's a huge thing, like, especially if you're living on your own. Like, you can be like, oh, like, maybe I'm not cut out for this, or, like, maybe I don't want to do this, and blah, blah, blah. Like, there's a reason that you wanted to make that decision in the first place, so don't be afraid to jump on it and do something for yourself and, like, make the most of it. And, like, just take the time to socialise as well. really
Yeah.
like, get to know the people that you're going to uni with, or
Case in point.
yeah, or like you're working with and stuff, because the people as well, because like obviously both of you have pretty much grown up around like the city as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like getting to know like both of you as well like made my life so much easier.
Aw.
Like, because, like, well, you've taken me on, like, so many, like, fun adventures, and now I have places that I could take my family if they come down, or, like, I
Yeah.
could go myself, like,
Yeah.
it's all those little memories that you'll make with people who already know the area, and,
Yeah.
like, want to, like, have fun, like, yeah, I think people will just make your life so much
Yeah.
Yeah.
more fun
Aw.
and enjoyable.
That's such good
I
advice.
literally,
Jen.
like, I was just, when I was listening to you, I was like, I know that people are going to be listening to this and really
I'm
look...
sorry, I can't.
Right. I'm going to really... wrap
Yeah,
this
you
in
Hold on,
Yeah.
I have to take a photo of
behind the
this.
scenes.
behind the scenes. But, yeah, Georgia, because my
Thank you.
best friend from Darwin, who also listens to the podcast,
Hello.
shout out Kalela. She's going to be moving down soon. And, yeah, and I reckon, like, what you're saying, I reckon she's going to really, like, absolutely love and really appreciate, because, like, yeah, I couldn't imagine, like, me and my sense of direction and things
Oh,
like...
it's bad. It's
if
so
I was
bad.
alone, I would have no clue what to do. But
Oh,
I really
driving
think
with
what you
sometimes,
said,
yeah.
like, it kind of got me emotional when you were like talking about like you know, being in the moment and like knowing why you like moved and like cherishing the time with your family. Like that really hit
That's
my
so
heart, and I know that my friend is gonna really appreciate that. And yeah,
I think this episode is appropriately titled Home and Away.
yes,
It's a fantastic title, and I don't care if I face repercussions later. I'll deal with it later.
Then like we get a letter and it's like, excuse me, and we're like, shit.
I mean, to be fair, that show was just like so out all the time.
I
mean,
was-
That's true.
I religiously
Home and
watched
Away.
that show
I've never
since I
seen
was
an
a kid.
episode.
What?
No.
I religiously watched it because when I was living in Darwin,
Sorry.
when I was living in Darwin, my mum watched it. My best friend, who I just shout out, watched it with her mum, and we watched it as kids, and then we just grew up watching literally every single episode.
Jesus
And
Christ.
then it wasn't until like year 7 or something when I started getting homework and things like that. I didn't watch it anymore. But like I was like obsessed. Like the hot doctor, Dr. Nate. My friend bumped into him in a restaurant and she FaceTimed me and she gave him the phone. And so I was FaceTiming this hot doctor and I was screaming at home. And Mum was like, what's going on? I'm like, Mum, look at my phone. She's like, oh my God. And I literally, it was the best because like, I mean, if anyone walked in, they'd be like, why is this 12-year-old FaceTiming this old man? But it was like, whew, I was in love.
Fair enough.
Wait, because we're all actors in this room.
Yes.
Have you all been told the same thing of, oh, can't wait to see you on Home and Away?
Yes! They're like, come and see your neighbours the Home and Away. And I was like, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all, but it's just the number one thing you get told if
Yeah,
you're an
totally.
actor in Australia.
Oh, it's...
Yes.
Can't wait to see you on Home and Away and Neighbours. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That, or like the less popular Bold and the Beautiful.
Mm.
Mm.
They used to play that at my dancing, like on the TV, and sometimes I'd just like tune in, and the most random stuff happens, and I'm like, what is this show? I remember like someone was like pushing a trolley of like cardboard boxes, and they fell off, and one of the girls was like, oh my God! And then like the boxes like hit her, but there was nothing in the boxes, and she was like on the ground. I was like, what is going on?
The only episode
I was like, what?
the only episode I've ever watched of Home and Away, I don't know if you remember, it was like 2014, 15?
How do you remember the
14?
date?
I remember it because it was like a major character died and a bomb went off in a hospital and it was advertised.
Yes.
That was a great episode.
Wait, wasn't that
What the
Alf?
fuck?
I
Yeah,
swear
it's
Alf has
Alf.
died like 5 different times, but he always comes back. I'm like, this old man is invincible.
I know,
Alf?
exactly.
It's like an Alf or Alfred or Alfred
Yeah,
or
Alf,
something.
Alf,
I
yeah.
don't know.
You know, the old dude
Yeah,
that
the
does
Muppet?
hip. No, have you seen the adverts he does now? With
No.
like, it's like this foot thing that you put your feet on, it goes.
Guys, I'm
Wait,
just
is he in
imagining.
those ads?
I'm just imagining Alf the Muppet getting blown up in hospital.
It's time to play the music. You know.
It's time to light the lights. It's time to get
the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Bum, 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 bum.
Copyright strike.
That's so true. Oh well.
We get sued by Home and Away. We get sued by the Muppets. We get...
Rod Coleman's gonna own our asses.
I heard you being out copywriting. I don't know if that's what you call it, but anyway.
Oh my god. Here's the greatest thing of all time, right? The fact that this episode, we covered in total probably 10 minutes of you moving down here, and the rest of it is us just being idiots. And, well, welcome to Two in a Pod, where we don't stay on track. Okay, for people on Spotify who can't see Raph, well, in fact, for people on YouTube who can't see Raph, it's fucking fantastic. He's currently sitting in an office chair. So, wait, I'm going to redo it.
It's optimal positioning for filming.
I hope that like one of my family members walks in and goes,
What is going on here?
What is this place?
What is going on? Because
What is going on in the House of Commons? I thought someone was going to do it. That's okay.
What's that from?
I mean, I couldn't get...
What is going on in the... Wait, is it going on?
What is going on?
Isn't it?
In the House of Commons. I don't know.
What's happening? What is...
I don't know.
Or maybe it's what? Oh, I don't know.
What is going on in the House of Commons?
Did you see that? Sorry, this is just like political wise. Did you see that Jacinta Ardern is
Yeah, I know.
resigning?
It's
What?
so
I'm
sad.
so mad.
Well, her popularity is sinking.
Why?
Because New Zealanders are unique human beings who I won't say how they're unique because I don't want them coming for me. So, no, so apparently they are looking, because they looked at like the 2020, 2022, that period of lockdown, and New Zealand didn't open up its borders until like July 2022.
Right.
And everyone was like, like that was a bit much. So her popularity is declining, but still it says that she's the most prominent like figure that they want as prime minister. But
Yeah.
now she's retiring. She's just like, I want to be a mum. I want to get married. I want to do
That is
Aww.
fair enough.
human things. So she's left, and ironically,
Lame.
everyone in the world is like, she is amazing, and New Zealanders are like,
fuck.
I think we need a new guy.
Yeah.
Which,
Like, I mean, she's an absolute queen. Like, she's iconic.
Such a
I
queen.
love her so much. She's, like, literally one of my favorite leaders.
she's the youngest prime minister in New Zealand, or is it the world? Can someone fact check that? Maya.
We did a fact check.
Fact checker!
Cameraman,
Calculating. That's probably correct.
Because my brother studied in New Zealand.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was in the world, to be honest.
It might have been, because she was 37?
Yeah.
That is
I feel like,
What is happening in
I
my
feel like Justin
house?
Trudeau would be pretty...
Justin Trudeau's happening in your house.
What?
Wait, are you saying the youngest ever prime
Oh,
minister?
that sounds
Are
disturbing.
you saying that the youngest
Oh,
ever
what the
prime
fuck?
minister?
Yeah.
No, it was
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Finland's prime minister.
Oh, yeah. It's one of my parents. One of them.
I swear I heard like a cat.
No, it's not a cat. It's just relatives of mine. Anyway, I reckon this is a good point to finish this episode. What about you guys?
Vibes.
Bubblicious.
All right, humans. Georgia, do you want to tell us a bit about your Instagram and your handle? Because I
Oh.
can't be bothered looking it up.
Yes, if I can remember it.
Go follow Georgia at...
My Instagram handle is Georgia_Duncan21.
Good show.
That's Instagram.
Instagram. I really don't have any other handle.
You can follow Raph at tell us one of your thousands of Instagram
Oh,
handles.
every time I tag him in something like, which one do I use?
Yes, can you say your preferred Instagram handle, Raph? That was so weird.
Raphael with a PH008.
I'll write that in the description. No one's gonna remember that. And if you want to hear more from TwoInAPod, you can follow us on Instagram at 2_INAPod. You can follow us at TikTok at... Maya's eating a biscuit.
TwoInAPodcast.
At TikTok. And if you want to hear something specific, you can DM us or email us at TwoInAPodcast@gmail.com. We got there eventually. All right, kits and cats. We will see
Bits
you.
and bats. You forgot the bits and bats.
All right, kits and cats, bits and
Bits
bats.
bats.
We will see you next time. So far, goodbye. Yes.